Memento mori. Remember, you will die. Think about the word death for a second. There's a permanent meaning to it, a loss of life, but there's also a more temporal meaning. We talk about zombies being dead or undead. My cell phone's dead. The line at Starbucks is dead. I'm dead. Even languages sometimes, like Latin and Greek, we refer to as dead. But what exactly does it mean when we call a language dead? For the most basic definition, it just means that it's not in use, people don't use it to communicate that much. But it's taken on a connotation that it doesn't have a use in society anymore. But this simply isn't true. The English language is filled with references to Latin. 20% of, or not just Latin, but also classical languages such as ancient Greek. 20% of English words come directly from Greek derivatives. Another over 50% of that comes from Latin, which is also heavily influenced by Greek derivatives. These classical languages are so key to our understanding of our English. And so studying the classical languages is not by any means dead in the sense that we normally think of it. So the National Education Association offered a report where they talked about the benefits of learning a second language. They cited how it increases test scores, how they cited how a study in Louisiana of grade schoolers increased its scores on the Louisiana Basic Skills Test. It even not only helps language skills, but it helps math skills. Learning another language helps problem solving, reasoning, stuff like that. But that's just a second language. Why specifically the classics? Well, again, it's highly tied into our own language and our own structure of our language. I'm going to show you 5 different words, and I'd like you to raise your hand if you recognize all 5 of them. These are words that might appear on the SATs, for instance. So, pulchritudinous, mastication, aciniform, propinquity, and parvanimity. Anybody recognize all 5? Anybody recognize all 4? 3? 3? No. 2? 1? So, a basis in Latin and Greek could help you immensely on a test like the SATs, or even just in life in general when you encounter words that you don't know. Pulchritudinous you could equate with the word pulchra, which means beautiful, mastication with the word for chewing, aciniform with the word for berries, so that's just something that's shaped like a bunch of berries. Propinquity is something that's close, or parvanimity, think of the word magnanimous, a great mind, great soul, so this is small-minded. SAT scores, the National Committee on Latin and Greek did a study in 1997. Average SAT scores for Latin students averaged at 647 versus students who only had one language at 505. That's almost 1.5 standard deviations. This is a major increase in SAT scores. And this isn't just for Latin, but compare it to other languages. Latin students did significantly better than German and Russian students. Latin students did significantly better than Spanish students, even French students. So there's this serious increase, and it's not just in languages, but in all useful skills, such as math, problem solving, reasoning. And not only is it useful in this sense, but it's plain fun. I can't explain the joy that I've experienced when I learned that Windex means a defender, or that a custodian is someone who guards and watches, or a plumber comes from the word plumbum, which means lead, or linguini is just a bunch of little tongues. Now, it's not only just that it's useful in these skills, or it helps you expand your mind in this sense, but it's multi-dimensional in the sense that you can apply it to almost any other field. If you're a math major, you can read the transcripts of forming all these different proofs in the actual language. If you're a language major, you get to see how our own language formed. If you're a science major, knowing some of these basic terms helps significantly in memorizing the different parts of the body, different species. If you want to be a lawyer, that helps you understand all the more what's actually going on in the courtroom. A history major, you get to read firsthand the accounts of what happened. Even in religion, even if you're not studying it as one of your ultimate academic pursuits, you get to read it in one of the initial languages that it was written in. It has so much to do with our daily lives that it is by no means dead. I once heard that Earth without art is just eh. And classical languages are just another language arts. They are integral to our culture. So the next time you have an opportunity to learn something new, take the opportunity to be a little less dead, a little less parvanimus. Study Latin. Study Greek.